Lewis, when do you get your rights? How old do you have to be to get your rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness?
Well, it's that moment of, I'm going to say, the moment of conception.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because our rights are granted to us by our Creator.
I agree.
And many people don't, people don't think government grants you your rights.
They don't.
It's the Creator, and it's right there in the Declaration of Independence.
The second sentence. It says government's job, according to the second sentence of the Declaration of Independence, is to secure our rights, not to grant them, not to dole them out as they see fit, but to protect our rights for us.
No, absolutely, because if you think about it, and we do quite often on this show, what man can give you, man can take away. So if it's man that's granting you your rights, how secure are you in that?
So how old do you have to be to get those rights? It's an interesting question, and one that's at the heart of a recent decision from the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals. This is a case, Tanner Hirschfeld and Natalia Marshall versus the ATF. It's a case out of Virginia. Hirschfeld and Marshall are suing the federal government over a law that prevents people younger than 21 from purchasing firearms. Both of these were people over the age of 18, under the age of 21. They went to purchase firearms for a variety of reasons. One, Natalie Marshall was wanting it for self-defense because her boyfriend was threatening to kill her.
Okay. And how old was she?
She was 18 at the time.
Okay.
She couldn't get one. So this is a split decision, but Judge Julius N. Richardson, a Trump appointee, wrote the decision. And what he wrote was, when do constitutional rights vest? At 18 or 21, 16 or 25? Why not 13 or 33? In the law, a law must be drawn sometimes, but there must be a reason why constitutional rights cannot be enjoyed until a certain age. Our nation's most cherished constitutional rights vest no later than 18, and the Second Amendment's right to keep and bear arms is no different. So look, you get the right to vote at what age? 18, right?
Absolutely.
You're declared an adult.
18.
You serve in the military at?
18.
Why can't you enjoy the protections of the Second Amendment at 18?
Well, you can make the same argument about alcohol.
You could. There is a slight difference in that alcohol does impair judgment. Firearms don't impair judgment.
At the same time, anything.
But you could make that argument. I agree.
Alcohol, if it's not managed responsibly, firearms, if they're not handled responsibly. But, there has to be a compelling state interest.
Exactly. And what the judge wrote was, we first find that 18-year-olds possess Second Amendment rights. They enjoy almost every other constitutional right, and they were required. This is so good. I'm so glad he went and did his history. They were required at the founding to serve in the militia and furnish their own weapons. See, what happens was, back at the very beginning of the founding of the Republic, 18-year-olds were expected to enlist in the militias, and they were expected to furnish their own firearms. The government didn't provide the militias the guns. When you showed up to the militia, you had to have your own gun. And if you were 18 years old or older, you had to join the militia.
Boy, this judge really did his homework.
Congress settled on the first Federal Militia Act in 1792. That act required each and every free, able-bodied white male citizen of the respective states resident therein who is or shall be of the age of 18 years and under the age of 45 years, except as herein accepted, shall severally and respectively be enrolled in the militia. That was May 8th, 1792.
No, I think this is a great story. And, for all those folks out there, this brings up a opportunity for me to say this. You keep electing folks who don't believe in a creator. It's not important. You don't have to believe in God.
Right.
You don't have to believe in a creator. But if we keep electing those who don't believe there is a creator, how can those public officials possibly pretend to protect our rights if they don't believe the Creator is the source of those rights to begin with?
If they don't believe the Creator granted us the rights, the elected people will think they're the ones who grant us the rights.
And that's what's happening.
That's what happened in this law back in the 1960s when it was passed. The Fourth Circuit struck it down, and that's a good thing. That's a bright spot because 18-year-olds should be able to buy firearms for their own protection.
That's a great story. Great outcome here. Was that Virginia Supreme Court?
Fourth Circuit.
Fourth Circuit.